Good afternoon. I'm Gabby Brock, and I'm the Director of Communications for the Indiana Restaurant and Lodging Association. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video for a couple of tips and tricks for our 2021 Devour Indie Winterfest cocktail competition, which is again virtual this year due to everything going on. But we're really excited to continue this tradition and hope that you all get something out of it and come away with a couple of winners. So without further ado, I have a PowerPoint presentation that I'll just go ahead and slide through. This shouldn't take too long, maybe about 10-15 minutes. And then if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. My email address will be at the end of the slideshow. All right, so Devour Indie this year will take place from January 24th to February 6th. So it's coming up really quickly. And we just wanted to say thank you to our sponsors for this event. RNDC has been a fantastic partner. They partnered with us in the past for the cocktail competition and have worked with us on the Hospitality Relief Fund and helped raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for hospitality workers in need. So we're really grateful for their partnership and continued support. And there are 5 brands who are also sponsoring the event and are the brands that you'll be using in your cocktail creations are listed here as Tequila Partida, Rodney Strong Vineyards, Absolute Vodka, Woodford Reserve Bourbon, and Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. All right, so I did just want to show you an example before I got into some of the details of what this video is going to ultimately look like. This one's about 2 minutes and 15 seconds, so it's a good short snippet version of what you want to come up with. We kind of recommend 3 to 5 minutes, but it's okay to go under. Probably just wouldn't recommend going over that time limit just because of people's attention spans these days. So here's a good example, and then we'll go through and talk about some tips and tricks.
Hi, I'm Luke. Welcome to Devour, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do my dark forest old fashioned. For the dark forest, we're going to be using the Woodford Reserve's bourbon, simple syrup, any creme de violet liqueur, peach bitters, Luxardo cherries, and a peach itself. So step 1, you're going to want to cut your peach into slices. After you put your peach in your mixing jar, you go ahead and do 2 ounces of Woodford Reserve bourbon. Half an ounce of simple syrup. And 1 ounce of the creme de violet. And after that, you go ahead and do 3 dashes of peach bitters. And a Luxardo cherry with about a bar spoonful of the cherry juice itself. And then you'll muddle all these ingredients together. After it's muddled, go ahead and add a scoop of ice into the jar. Stir to dilute about 30 times. Then you'll take your cocktail glass and a large format ice cube. You're going to want to double strain to make sure you don't get any of the gunk in there. And then for the garnish, you're going to take a slice of peach and one of the Luxardo cherries again. And voila, the dark horse.
All right, so now that you guys kind of have an idea of what we're looking for these videos, let's go into some of the details. So like I said, keep it kind of short. We talked about the time length, but I would introduce yourself at the beginning of the video, let people know who you are, where you bartend, and how many years of experience you have. And then you can rep your bar or restaurant either on a t-shirt, on a hat, maybe your logo behind you, whatever it may be. Try to put your name out there. This is a good opportunity to rep your bar or restaurant in any way you can think of. Like with that last video, they showed their logo at the beginning and end of the video. That's a great option too. And then I recommend speaking very clearly and succinctly as possible and try not to speed through your words too much, just so while people are trying to make this at home, they can follow the steps easily and not have to pause and go back too much. And then try to make it fun. This is a really fun event, and those who are watching your video are maybe hanging out with friends, and this is a great activity for them to do at home. So the more fun you're having, the more fun they'll have. And then try to choose a non-distracting background. So if you're filming at your bar or restaurant at the actual bar top area, that's perfect. If you don't have a space like that or you're filming at home, maybe try your kitchen, just something that doesn't have a lot of clutter in the background that will distract from what you're doing. And then offer substitutions for materials. So maybe not everyone has cocktail shakers or bar spoons or whatever, maybe provide an alternative for the materials or ingredients involved. And then any bottles that have labels on them, try to keep those facing out so people know what to look for while they're shopping or know what ingredients they really need to work with, and to kind of advertise those brands as well. And then some technical tips. We recommend using a digital camera or a video camera if you have access to one of those. If you just have your phone, that's great too. We just recommend that you hold the phone horizontally and not vertically. That way you're capturing more of the image rather than just a rectangle. And then use a tripod. If you don't have a tripod, you can stand your phone up on anything and it works the same way. You just don't want to use someone else's hands that are shaking. It's very distracting when a video is shaky. We've all watched those videos and we're all like, oh, cringe. And then if you don't have a mic, totally fine. We don't need to have fancy mic systems for these videos. Just be close enough to the camera that it can pick up on your audio. And then as far as editing goes, that one had, the example I showed you had a lot of transitions, cross dissolves, fade to blacks, whatever you may call it. They used music. Those are all great. They really add something to the video, but they're definitely not necessary. But they can be done in pretty much any video editing software. And I've put a couple of examples here for you that are free. iMovie and Vimeo are great options for that. So be as simple and basic as you want, or get creative with it and add those layers of music or whatever you want to. Just try not to distract too much from the video with too much fancy editing. And then don't forget, your still photos are due December 18th. These are what we use to advertise the cocktail competition and your cocktails in particular on our website and social media. So be sure to submit a photo of your cocktail as well as you with your Devour menu or your cocktail or something like that. And then if there's an opportunity that arises where you have a chance to speak with the media, we do a lot of press around Devour. They want to talk to restaurant owners, waiters, bartenders, whatever it may be, especially participants in the cocktail competition. This may be something that arises. So I just wanted to give you a couple of tips in case this opportunity does come up for you. So try not to answer questions with one-word answers. No soundbite is ever picked up with one-word answers unless it's a mic drop moment. But also don't expound too much. So the longer and longer you speak, the less there is to pull from because there isn't a clear and concise quote to pull. And then try to go into your interview with 3 main points that you want to get across. So the reporter is going to ask you all sorts of questions, but it's up to you what you give them. So if you walk in with those 3 main points, you can take any question they ask and respond using those points. If one isn't able to be worked in there somehow, most likely at the end of the interview, the reporter is going to ask if there's anything else you want to add. That's a great opportunity to pull up one of those points you weren't able to fit in before. And then just be honest and direct. This is a pretty carefree situation. We're just, we're talking about making cocktails. We're talking about a fun competition. So just be honest and direct, and that'll go over great. And then don't stress either for the same reasons. Be relaxed. I know it's a little nerve-wracking, especially if you've never been in front of a camera before or spoken to the press. But they're there just to share what you're working on and what you're kind of doing. So try to be as relaxed as possible and have fun with it. And then use descriptive language as much as possible. Paint a picture for the reporter. Those are the sound bites or quotes in print that they pick up on most of all, is when there's a story to be told. Finally, some details about the actual competition. So we'll have 2 winners overall. One is chosen by our blind judges from RNDC, and one will be chosen by the public. So we'll use the videos that you create, and the public will actually vote on your cocktail based on the video and trying it in restaurant or trying it at home as well. And then the 2 winners will receive a cash prize and a gift basket from our friends at RNDC. Finally, for the deadline, you have a couple weeks to complete these. We wanted to get the information out to you all as soon as possible, but these are due no later than January 5th by the end of the day. And you can submit those directly to me. That's my email address there, gbrock@tamcapitalgroup.com. Or if the file is too large, which may be the case for some folks, you can upload it to Google Drive and then just share it with me that way. If you have any technical difficulties with that, don't stress, just send me an email, let me know what's going on, and we'll figure out how to get a hold of that. Those will then be uploaded to YouTube, so try not to send me a YouTube video link because we'll upload it ourselves to our own channel. That way they're all housed in one place and anyone can go and watch all of them. So that is all I have. If you guys have any questions, shoot me an email right there on the screen. Let me know how I can help, and best of luck to everyone who is participating. We're excited to see how this goes, and happy holidays.